Most of us can see the writing on the wall. Most of us can feel that something terrible is coming to this country and to the world. But very few are living in a manner that reflects this reality and their belief thereof. Many argue that America is the Babylon that is spoken about in the book of Revelations. You know, the one that's supposed to fall in one day. I'm not here to debate whether or not Babylon is America or America is Babylon or anything like that. But what I am here to address is the very real fact that this country is on the brink of collapse, that it literally right now as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, is shattering at its core. Some say you should leave the country, but for many, that's just not an option. Many people are not in a position to leave the country, and there are many people who don't want to leave the country that they were born in, that they have loyalties to. Whether you agree with that or not, that's just the reality of many people's situations. Therefore, no matter what situation or circumstance you are in, no matter what your belief system is, you have to ask yourself a question. What can I do to protect myself and my family? What can I do to sustain myself and my family in the event that something catastrophic happens right here in the United States? This is something that I contemplate often. It's something that I've been obsessed with over the last at least year or so. And I know there are a lot of people out there that feel the same way. I know there are a lot of people who are feeling the anxiety because the world is literally at chaos. You have so much going on at once. Anytime you turn on the news, everything's just getting worse and worse, and they tell you don't watch the news. But at the same time, to an extent, you do need to pay attention to what is going on. I know the news typically is not a trustworthy source, but there is obviously something going on out there, and it would behoove us to be informed of what is going on so that we can prepare for what is coming. I'm Brother Nick. I'm just a random believer on YouTube. I've been contemplating this for quite some time, and I have 3 ways that you can prepare for the devastating tribulation that is coming to America and the world, whether you're ready for it or not. Number 1, start building and strengthening community with people. If you do not have a community of people, if you do not have a circle to any extent, I would encourage you to start building community. Many of us don't even know our neighbors, the people that we live next door to. Even those of us who live in apartment complexes who are literally side by side don't even know who's right next door. You may know their name, you may know their face, you may wave at them occasionally, but you don't truly know them. Now would be a great time to go over, knock on their door, introduce yourself, let them know something about you, and open the door of communication for them to tell you about them. And you may be surprised how many people you live right next door to that believe the same things that you do, that have a similar mindset, that are concerned with the things that you're concerned with. That's the first step in building community with people. Then let's take it a step further in that let's start trading and bartering with people. Because one thing that they have us, as in the system, has us trapped in believing in that the only thing we have of value is money, this fiat currency, which isn't real. I mean, you see the dollar plummeting, the value of the dollar plummeting every single day, and the prices of gold and silver going up and up and up. Well, you may not be able to purchase gold and silver, but what you can do is you can take whatever skills you have and offer that to your neighbor. And if you don't have any of these fancy skills or anything, you could do something simple as, let's say you have a single mother next door. What you could do, ladies, is offer to babysit those children and allow that mother to have time for herself, do whatever work she needs to do. That would go a long way in building trust with that neighbor. Also, if you have something that your neighbor doesn't have, for example, if you have a lawnmower and your neighbor doesn't, let that neighbor borrow your lawnmower or cut the grass for them. That type of stuff goes a long way in building trust and community and causing people to become sticky. Because when you're sticky and you're close, when times get rough, people are more inclined to look at you as a human being, someone that they care about, and when there's people who are gathered together who are like-minded, they're much stronger together than they are solo. Now, for those of you who do have a community, such as friends and family that you do life with, I would strongly encourage you to check up on your people more often. A lot of us, we get caught up in our day-to-day, and it will go weeks, months, even sometimes years since we've checked up on our loved ones. I would encourage you to break that cycle, break that pattern, and make it a point to check on your family. Even if you have to set a reminder once a week to check up on your circle of people to make sure that they're doing okay, that they're not any needs that are not being met. And then also, let's start getting back to gathering together on a weekly basis, if not at the very least a monthly basis with our people. That way we're face to face, we're doing life in community. I will also encourage you to not just talk about the things that are superficial, such as what our favorite sports team has done. A lot of us guys, you know, we really super focus on them sports, like, oh yeah, how about them Bears and them Cowboys? No, focus on the things that actually truly matter, the things that are going on in this world. And then also, let's not stop there. Let's come up with solutions to how do we combat all of the evils that are going on in this world that definitely affect all of us. But if you want to take it even another step further, instead of just talking about the problems and coming up with solutions, actually actively work on making sure that those solutions come to fruition. Building a community is invaluable. Strengthening your community is invaluable and is going to be beneficial more than you can really picture right now, because in our society, we're not really used to that anymore. Back in the day, we used to be more inclined to be that way. And there are families that are like that. There are people who are like that, but the majority of people, we're just stuck. We're stuck in this matrix, and it's time for you to unplug and really get back to doing life with people face to face. Because the more people see you and know you, the more human you become to them. And I'm telling you, when things go down, you want a circle of people that you can trust, because you're going to need assistance. There are going to be things that you're not able to do in that time. There's going to be resources that you do not have. And you want to make sure that you can count on your neighbor and that you can trust your neighbor. Number 2, learn self-sustaining skills right now while you have a chance to do so. Right now we have the luxury of the internet. They say Google is your friend, but it really be that YouTube though. You can learn anything on YouTube. Also, within your community of people, see who has some skills that you don't have and ask them if, hey, can I learn how to build something? Can I learn how to grow something? The things that matter, because you learning how to grow your own food and repair structures within your dwelling is going to be astronomical. You're not going to be able to go to the grocery store in the event of a collapse, okay? Because looters they're going to literally take everything, okay? The system is going to shut down. You're not going to be able to rely on that. You're not going to be able to call the plumber. All right, you're not going to be able to call anybody for help. You're going to have to completely rely on your own skills and the skills within your community. So now is a great time to learn those skills. There's a brother that goes to my church that volunteered to share his skills with the congregation. We're going to start having do-it-yourself workshops. He's going to teach us how to be proficient in electricity, plumbing, drywall, and a few other things that are going to be beneficial. I don't know how to fix anything. I'm the type of person, I legit will try to fix some minor things that need repairing, but for the most part, I'm calling someone and paying someone to do it. Well, in the event of a collapse, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm either going to have to get in there and do it myself or have somebody on my team that can do that. But I don't want to be a leech. You don't want to be a leech. You want to have a skill set that you can bring to the table. That way everybody's bringing skills to the table. Everybody's eating. Everybody's benefiting. That way you're not some succubus in the corner sucking off the blood and the skill set and the hard work of everybody else like some giant tick that no one can get rid of. Number 3, convert as much of your liquid assets to tangible assets. The currency that we currently have is not backed by anything. It used to be backed by gold back in the 70s, but Nixon took it off of the gold standard, and now it's literally been worth nothing. And if you look at the current state of the dollar, it's constantly deteriorating. The United States is panicking over this stuff. This is one of the reasons why they're going to these other countries and kidnapping presidents and threatening to invade other countries which are their allies, and causing all this ruckus because they're trying to gain power and positioning and also resources, because they see the decline happening. You have to read the room. Don't believe what they are telling you. Look behind what they are telling you. Look at reality. Look at history. History is literally repeating itself. So let's look at this scenario. What they are currently trying to do is they are trying to reset the system. And you probably have heard that before, but let me explain what that actually means for you and your money as it stands right now. They're trying to reset the system and create this digital currency. I don't know exactly how that's going to look, but once they do that, your current currency is going to be worth nothing. And they are not going to convert your current currency to equal the value of this new currency. If anything, it's either going to be worthless or worth way less. So let's say you have $10,000 in the bank. That $10,000 is going to either be worth nothing, or it's going to be worth very little. So much so that you're not going to be able to survive unless you have a hedge against what is actually coming. One of the things that you can do is start taking those liquid assets and converting them to tangible assets. If you're able to, I would encourage you to buy silver and or gold. Now, gold prices are crazy. Silver prices are going up. Look at the silver spot price and look up the gold spot price, and you'll see what I mean. But if anything, get as many precious metals as you can, because gold and silver maintains its value forever. Look in the scriptures. It speaks of the value of gold and silver. Gold and silver is never going anywhere. Okay, so you will be able to utilize gold and silver as a currency, or to convert it into the new form of currency if and when that actually does happen. That's one way to protect yourself. The other way to protect yourself is to take any money that you have saved up. Don't just let it sit in the bank and collect interest. I know it looks good, but it's not real. You want to take as much as you can and possibly put it into some type of real estate. That way you have something that you own, or you're working to own, that no one can take from you. Also, you can use your money right now to begin to purchase things that actually will be beneficial to you, such as gardening supplies, because you want to learn how to grow your own food. Believe me, trust me on that. Also, a deep freezer, a generator, and I wouldn't recommend a gas powered generator. I would recommend a solar generator, because it's quieter, it's easier to manage, and it's just a lot of pros to a solar generator. But any generator of any kind would be beneficial to you, because in the event that the power goes out and the system crashes, you'll still have some type of electricity. These are just a few things that you can do to convert liquid assets into tangible assets that will be beneficial to you, that no one will be able to take from you unless they, come with some real force. The last thing you got to do, this is a bonus, but this bonus actually supersedes everything that I just said. The number one thing you actually need to do is to trust in Yah. You have to trust in him with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding in this thing, but in everything acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. If you believe the Bible like I believe the Bible, you know that the Bible is true, and everything that the Most High has said in his word is true. So Psalm 103 tells us how the Most High preserved those who revere him. So we don't really have anything to fear. Of course, there is cause for concern, but we don't have anything to fear, because if we revere the Most High, he will take care of us. Let's look at Psalm 103. Bless Yahuwah, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your iniquities, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from destruction, who crowns you with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfies your mouth with good things, so that your youth is renewed like eagles. Yahuwah executes righteousness and justice for all who are oppressed. He made known his ways to Moses, his acts to the children of Israel. Yahuwah is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in mercy. He will not always strive with us, nor will he keep his anger forever. He has not dealt with us according to our sins, nor punished us according to our iniquities. For as the heavens are high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward those who fear him, those who revere him. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. As a father pities his children, so Yahuwah pities those who fear him. For he knows our frame. He remembers that we are dust. As for man, his days are like grass. As a flower of the field, so he flourishes. For the wind passes over it, and it is gone, and its place remembers it no more. But the mercy of Yahuwah is from everlasting to everlasting on those who fear him. If you revere the Most High, this is the promise that you have, that you don't have anything to fear, that he's going to take care of you. But he has given us dominion on the earth, and we've dropped the ball on that as a society, as humanity. And this is the reason why we see all of these things occurring. This is our responsibility. But Yah, he favored us so much, he loved us so much that he sent his only begotten son, Yahusha, to pay the penalty for our sins so that we can be freed from the bondage of sin and death. And as long as we live here on this earth, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to live as he has called us to live. And he desires us to be in community with him, to be one, even as the Father and Son are one. So I encourage you to do that today, my beautiful beloved people. That's the only way we're going to make this out. This is the only way we are going to endure until the end, if we trust in him and we work together as one. Peace to you guys. Love you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel if you found value at all. Shalom, me homies.